Before we go into the materials for making compost, I would just like to go through some of the benefits of compost making. This is not a complete list, it's just some of the benefits that are really important to me. You might find other benefits for yourself. But it's really important, if we know why we do things, then we can put more care into it and we'll get a better end product. For me, there's 5 main functions and benefits of compost. Well, the first and most obvious one is getting rid of organic waste material on your farm or in your home garden. The amount of waste material that you produce depends on the size of your property. So if you have a very small urban section, you still produce organic waste. You've got food scraps, you can have some lawn clippings, you can have some hedge trimmings as well, and some general garden waste if you're growing your own food, which I hope you do. And for me, the larger a property is, the more waste you are creating. And so the more compost you can produce to then fuel your larger property. So I think for me, having worked on different sizes of properties, making compost, for me it has always kind of worked out beautifully. With having a large lifestyle block, a large vegetable garden, the herb farm, and an area for grazing livestock, I need a lot of compost to satisfy those needs and to really fuel that system. So I create a lot more compost than on our urban section. Compost contains billions of microorganisms per teaspoon, and this is what Dr. Elaine Ingham calls a biocomplete compost. After the composting process, the compost is then analyzed through the microscope, and you determine your bacteria, your fungal ratio. You determine how many flagellates there are, how many nematodes, how many amoeba, and through doing that, you know if it's biocomplete, if it has enough of those microbes to be called a biocomplete compost, or if it is just some organic material and it's mainly dead. Those massive amounts of microorganisms, they act as biostimulants for soil microbes when they apply to the soil, and they've got heaps of signaling molecules. The microbes talk to each other through the molecules, and they can be washed out of compost into an extract, and you can apply those to your growing plants, and those signaling molecules can help the plant grow better, be nutrient rich, and also stimulate your soil microbes to do a good job in the soil. So it's a really good thing. The compost also provides food for the organisms that you are applying to your garden. It supplies plants with nutrients that are instantly available for your plants to take up. And as an end result, we are getting healthy, nutrient-dense plants that are resistant to diseases and pests. And that's all the result of good compost and soil management and diversity of organisms in the soil as well as above the ground. As we can see here, this is a lovely tomato plant. It's growing outside and it's laden with fruit. It's not in a tunnel house. It's in a section where it's sheltered from the wind and gets full sun all day. And yeah, we're on Banks Peninsula, and growing tomatoes outside can be tricky. But yeah, this one does really well, and we put it down to good soil.